I'm pretty sure my house is haunted, and I need some advice. By Sam Baker, 1015. Okay, so just some background before we get into the story. I'm a 15-year-old guy who lives with two younger brothers and both parents. I live in a small town where everyone knows each other, but I will leave my location unknown just for privacy issues, but I will say that I do live in the southeast. So I've been living in the same house now since I was 2 years old, and my family does not remember anything paranormal going on in that house, so that's that. However, my parents said that as soon as we moved into our new house, things started getting a little odd. For starters, almost 2 years after we moved in, I started having conversations with an imaginary friend named Lester. Now, I know that it is normal at that age to have imaginary friends, but my parents said that the things I would say were pretty disturbing. It wasn't like normal small talk. Some of the things I would say, I would ask it goes like, when did you die? And how are you still here? Now, obviously, as a parent, hearing this from your 4-year-old son would freak you out, but my parents blew it off as something I had heard on TV. Now, here's where things get a little creepier. When my youngest brother was born, I would hang out around him a lot. So I got used to the sound of his crying. So my dad and me were home alone, and I woke up from my nap to the sound of crying. Not like an adult man, but like a newborn baby. Now, automatically red flags popped up as soon as I started to realize that my baby brother was with my mom at the grocery store. Now, being the 6-year-old pussy I was freaking the fuck out. As I ran down the stairs, I saw my dad with the most disturbed face I have ever seen in my years on this planet. I asked him last week if he remembers what happened that day, and he said he heard the same fucking thing that I did. Around when I was 10, I was having a birthday party at my house, and I invited a couple of my closest friends who have all been over to my house before. Well, except for one, who is now the closest friend I have to this day. We'll call him John. So while we were all outside having fun, John was inside going to the bathroom. He had been gone for a little while, and we were talking about 10 minutes. So being the good friend that I am, I went inside. As soon as I went up the stairs, I saw him looking at one of our photos. Now, I will admit this photo kind of creeps me out to this day. It's basically a woman smiling and looking to the right like she is excited about something. I know, right? Weird. So anyways, as I go up to tap him on the shoulder to tell him to come outside, but as I look up at him, he's staring at the painting the exact same way the lady in the picture is staring. Yep, with a smile and his eyes pointed to the right. Now, in my 10-year-old mind, I just thought this was all a prank and he was just trying to creep me out. But after I tapped his shoulder about 20 times, he looked at me with that exact same face and said, "We are dead." And just like that, after he said those 3 words that still haunt me to this day, he snapped out of it and started crying hysterically. After what happened, he got his mom to pick him up, and I could not sleep that night at all. The other day I asked him about it, and he said he doesn't even remember anything from that day. I know. Fucking terrifying, right? Anyways, just recently, things have been getting worse. Like the other night when I was home alone, I was playing Rainbow Six Siege with some of my friends on PlayStation, and we were in a Skype chat with webcams on. All of a sudden, while we were playing, the TV switched to the cable box and flipped to Ghost Adventures. I don't know how, because nobody was home except for me. As I went to find the remote, my friend shouted at me, "What the hell is that behind you?" I was too scared to look behind me, so I looked at my webcam and there was a shadow behind me with fucking devil horns. I don't really know how to explain it, but it was almost like a shadowy mist that was just sort of floating there. When I saw that thing, I jumped out of my chair and grabbed my phone to call my dad as fast as I could. That was about 4 days ago, and I felt like I needed to post this. I need someone to tell me if my house is haunted because I am terrified of what will happen if I wait it out. Do I need to call a priest? Am I going crazy? Or is there something or someone uninvited in my fucking house?